What's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am back with another video. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when my next video or live stream goes down. Okay? Some other things I want to tell you about my channel. I'm going to incorporate other entertainment as well as do. For those out there who don't know, I have like 4 other channels. Okay, 2 of those channels is going through some growing love. Okay, 2 of the channels are very new, and the process, trust the process. Well, right now I really don't trust the process at this moment because of the new YouTube policies. It's preventing smaller channels to get it on and popping like it would have 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm going to incorporate some of those things to this channel. Okay, so you guys are going to get more of me on a consistent basis. Okay, now if I can straighten up my camera, there we go. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's story. Now, I typically don't do politics stories because of the response in the comments. Okay, you have a lot of different ethnic backgrounds commenting in the comment section. You have low income, a low income perspective, a high income perspective, an educational background perspective. You got so many, a religious perspective. The 2 things I hate to talk about is politics and religion, because sometimes it brings the very worst out of people. Okay, but with that being said, let's get into today's topic. Florida students, as well as students as a whole, including parents, voiced their concerns to Trump about he's going to have to tighten and toughen up the gun control policy. Okay, it's got to be ironclad. Now, let's just be fair to Trump from this perspective. It was that mountain. There we go. I have to give him this perspective. Give him some credit. Presidents, government officials have been trying to make a gun control policy that's tough, and it's hard to benefit. It's hard to make a policy like that, because typically politicians on certain topics, they want to be they want to make all sides happy. In other words, they're not losing ground on anything else. I mean, presidents, politic officials, they could strengthen the gun control policy than what it is today. But when you have a lot of these, when you're talking about corporate America, there are some companies in corporate America that benefit and they make a killing on money, and I shouldn't use the word killing. They make a ton of money with the guns that are imported and exported. All right, guns are on the same equivalent as money. Okay, guns go up in value. All right, you know, people have, they make these statements. Well, there are gun collectors. All right, there are people that wants to use that always quotes their amendments, their rights. You know, every American should have a gun, things of that nature. A lot of left-wingers think that as well. But to be fair to Trump, this issue has affected every president in the course of history. Okay, voters want a tougher gun control policy. Now, The Florida shooting is one of many events that slowly but surely they're going to have to take a stand on gun policy. Either you for it or against it. That's basically what it's all boiled down to. All right? And you had the students in Washington protesting, trying to making awareness not only about the Florida shooting but other shootings, and the President Trump is going to have to take a stand on gun control policy. This is the first time in President Trump's term where he's getting criticism from all directions. Okay, it's not just minorities, it's not just foreigners, it's not just other ethnic groups, it's not just women, but now white males have also voiced their frustrations and concerns with President Trump. All right, now more than ever, the spotlight on Trump is hot and it's bright, and he's going to have to take he's going to take a stand on how he feels about gun control and what measures he's going to do to enforce gun control. He's going to have to really show and tell. He just can't just simply make a 5-minute speech and say, I'm against gun control policy. He's going to have to put a plan in place. And in order for him to do that, you got to have the right people, that work for you. They got to know their way around this subject. Okay, you just can't just have people working around you that that may be experienced in other fields, but not in the fields that really matter the most. Okay, and Trump is he's going to have this could really make or break Trump as far as him trying to get a second term. But I have already been on the record and told you guys he won't make a second term because of, one, the voter turnout is going to be extremely high. Okay, more women are going to vote, more minorities are going to vote, and not to mention the people who did vote on Trump, some of those individuals are going to vote for someone else. As far as the gun control, he's going to really have to put some weight on it. He's really going to have to pick a side. He can't stay on the middle of the field and say say things that make both sides feel happy. All right. And knowing Trump, he's probably going to take a tougher stand on gun control policy because he has to benefit the one that matters the most, which is him. If he wants a second term in office and to make this a success, when you talk about his legacy, he's going to have to somehow, some way incorporate a second term. Hold on one second, guys. I'm ordering something.
Thanks, Mojang. Can I help you?
Yes, I would like to have a chicken biscuit and sweet tea.
That's one chicken biscuit and a sweet tea. Would you like some hot bowl rounds with that to make it a meal?
No, ma'am.
Thank you for $4.79.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. Your boy was hungry. All right. Yeah. So Trump has to incorporate something. If he really cared about his legacy, he's going to have to take a stand on gun control policy, and he's going to have to address the big elephant in the room, which is he's going to have to be tougher and try to pass some type of legislation that's tough on gun control policy. Now, a lot of people say it's not if you only point out the Florida shooting, it's not about a gun control policy. It's a mental health, mental awareness issue. And to that, I say this: if you had a stiffer gun control policy, that will mean and strengthen the other the awareness, the mental awareness issue. Okay, because let's just face facts and face reality. It's hard to claim an individual unstable for society. One, there are a lot of hoops you have to go through, a lot of court proceedings you have to go through, unless this person is a menace to society. And two, financially, you know, the government tries to figure out ways to not graduate, if you want to use that word, graduate everyone that everyone claims that has a mental health issue. You know, some people try to bend the rules to their liking. There are a lot of scammers, a lot of con artists that would love for the government to take care of them by them simply saying they're mentally unfit. Okay, there's a growing influx of people with mental health issues. Okay, somebody got to take care of these people, and at the end of the day, it's the tax dollars. All right, so that's another thing and another avenue that people talk about. Okay, yes, you know, there are other avenues why the crime has gone up. You know, crime has risen on a lot of different areas in a lot of different communities. It's not only affecting the urban communities, but now it's spilling over to the rest of society. You know, if you've been living in the hood or you've been living in an urban community, we experience this stuff a lot longer and a lot sooner than the rest of the world. Okay, and you know, and let's just face facts and face reality. Hold on one second, I gotta pay for it. Give me 1 second.
$4.79.
How you doing?
All right.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You have a good day. All right. So, when you're talking about Trump, he's going to have to instead of bark, instead of talking about this, he's going to have some type of plan of action, and he's going to have to really do something. Like I said, the spotlight is bright on him, and Trump wants a second term in office to sustain his legacy, because right now, even he can admit that his first term has been kind of rough. He's sort of learning on the job, so to say, as you know, as anyone who becomes president of the United States. Okay, even Obama didn't know all the nuances in becoming president in his first term. But the difference between Obama and Trump is the fact that Obama did have experience in an elected office. Okay, so that paid off huge for him because of two folds. He has experience in politics, as well as he incorporated and have friends in office that can help him with current events and subject matter. Okay, when you're talking about politics, let me go ahead and move. So Trump unfortunately doesn't have that. Trump has, you know, yeah, he knows people in the political game, okay, but he didn't build relationships with those individuals, all right. But it is what it is. He's going to have to, be real. He's going to have to pick a side, sort of say, in this, all right. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try to be on later on tonight. Do another Fortnite live stream. A lot of you guys seem to like that. I'm gonna try to do it again if I'm able to. It's your boy. I'm Chrissy Don One, and I am out, y'all.